G'day everybody, I'm Bob from Paradise and here I am in Paradise at Paradise Distributors, Nambour, Queensland, Australia. Today we're going to talk about Anthuriums and one of our most popular plants, and we'll just show you a little bit about the variety, but mainly how they grow and what they're all about. So with Anthuriums, we have a genus. They're in the genus Anthurium, and then you have a species. For example, this is Anthurium dussii, and they are aroids. And an aroid is a sort of a nickname for the family Araceae. So they're in the family Araceae, they're in the genus Anthurium, and we just call them Anthuriums. But when you want to divide them up into different types, you give it its specific name too. In this case, dussii. And so then we go from there. Now there are lots and lots of varieties once you get to the cultivated type plants. So there's almost 1,000 species of Anthurium, like Anthurium dussii, for example, this one, Anthurium andrianum, the one most people know, and but within, there's only one of these. There's not many varieties of these that I know of, the dussii, but there are lots and lots of varieties of Anthurium andrianum. So the thing they have in common, or most of them, that they are epiphytes. Now epiphytes are trees that are plants that grow up trees, so for support. You could probably classify Anthuriums as semi-epiphytes. They don't have to climb up a tree or a totem or anything else. They're quite capable of standing by themselves. So, but they'll grip onto a tree. Just have a look at this one here. It's coming close there, and just look how it's putting its roots onto the tree, and eventually it'll be right up the top of this tree. Now a lot of your Anthuriums will actually do that if you give them the chance, but just note that we're one of the best growing areas in Australia, in the world, probably the best place in the world to grow plants, I would say. So this one here is Anthurium dussii. We'll show you some seeds of it later. It's a giant Anthurium, magnificent plant, and we'll show you how we get the seeds of it later on. Okay, so we're going to go up to where we've got some other Anthuriums. We'll take a bit of a quick scenic tour. On the way, I just want to show you this beautiful Medinella dolichophylla, since we're passing it, and we want its flowers to be seen. Amazing plant. They're quite quick growing. Not an Anthurium, but it's a Medinella. But they're all in flower at the moment, and those flowers are just opening. So they get, as they mature, they get hundreds of these type of flowers on them. Great plant. So we'll just go past the diabetes plants. We'll come around to Anthurium hookeri. It's a hybrid crossed with ploughmanni. Over here, we just go down there. I'll just come through here. A bit sunny, we might be able to get onto that. Now, the thing about plants in the family Araceae, if we just come over here, they all have a spadix and they all have a spave. And some plants, these are less developed and less spectacular than in others. And you get the flowers growing along there, and they cross-pollinate, and you get seeds on there. We'll show you some seeds a little bit later. So this is a bird's nest type of Anthurium. It grows in the ground and not an epiphyte at all. So we'll just take the scenic tour up to the top here, go around the nursery. It'll be about 70 steps, probably, but I'm not counting. Go around here to the right. Now here's some Anthurium andrianums that have been sitting there for quite a while. We'll show you how to propagate from those in a few minutes. Like they're huge, over a metre tall. And we'll just go down past the yellow Anthuriums, which are very uncommon. And we'll just come around here. So what is it about Anthuriums, how do you grow them? Well, they like warm conditions, they like humidity, they like great drainage. Great drainage is probably one of the main things that you've got to get right. So with the potting mix can be simple. They're not fussy about potting mix as long as you've got a really well drained potting mix. They're fussy in that way. Let them dry out a bit between waterings. Don't have them wet all the time, too shady. They like fairly bright light. It's fairly bright reasonably bright in here. I'd like them to be sometimes in winter a little bit brighter spot, but we've got others in the shed up the top there. So they like humidity, they like really good drainage. Fertilise them, let them dry up between waterings. They're fairly easy to grow. Yep, I've got a feeling I missed one, but anyway, they do like moisture, but they like to dry out as well. They don't keep them wet all the time. They, like any aroid or any tropical plant, they do not like being wet and cold. So, like we get conditions here down to, say, 3 or 4 degrees, there's no problem with that. But it does warm up, you know, during the day, like through the winter. It's just on those colder mornings. You feel cold all the time. These plants aren't for you if you're in colder parts of Victoria. You don't want to have them outside. You've got to give them a bit of warmth and look after them. Yeah, this is our Dussii again, and if we just come in here, you can see the seeds on the spade. I showed you the spade before, and here we are on Dussii. It's not grown for its attractive spade, but that's the spade on it. Usually it falls off pretty quickly, and there's the spadix, and just a little bit later you'll see all tiny little white flowers up along there, from which the seeds grow, which I've already shown you.
Okay, no, you're back online.
Okay, we lost you for a second, but anyway, here's an example of the Anthurium andrianums. We do a lot of these. This is a mini one called Baby Purple. I always like Anthuriums that have a coloured spadix, and often the same colour as the spade. And here's the yellow one that we do. It goes pinkish during the winter, but they hold on. Flowers will hold on right through winter. It ends up being a sort of a mottled pink, but most of the year it's that yellow that you can see there. So we've got a giveaway today. First, and have one of these with their next order. All they have to do is write. This is a philodendron, by the way. Just write Birkin now, and when your next order, just remind us that you're going to get one for free. Okay, put that with your name. Now, I was going to show you over here. Well, just as we walk past, I was going to show you, because it's in flower, we don't want to walk past it, and that's the giant balsam, imperialis. It's an impatiens. You wouldn't see many impatiens like that. It's over 1 metre tall, and look at the flowers on that, quite easy to grow. That's impatiens grandiflora. Okay, so we just come around here. Remember we showed you those big anthuriums. We've just pulled some out in an area that got overgrown, been neglected for a while. And what would you do with something like this? Now that's grown, it's probably been over there for 20 years, out of that pot, right? So to propagate from this, we just cut down into the roots there like that, and you can you've got that, you can plant that, and that'll grow successfully. Plant it up to there, just so they'll become the roots. The new roots will come out of there. Okay, so you do that with each of those. Cut that leaf off, shorten that root, shorten those. There's 2. I won't do the others, but you're going to have some pieces like this. Now what you do with these, and okay, what you do with these is just cut these off, cut all those roots right back and lay them in a pot like that. Oh, sorry, in a tray like that. That one there too. Just lay that, cut all the roots off, and up from there we'll shoot new Anthuriums. And then you just cut that off and plant it. There's another one there. Have some potting mix, have that full of potting mix. Just plant them halfway up, just have the top showing, and away you go. And you'll have a lot of new Anthuriums. So out of that one there, I don't know how many we'd end up with, probably 20. Yeah, if you had, say you've got an Anthurium, here's another old one we pulled out. If it went like that, you just cut that off there. This one's like, there's an overgrown one come out of the pot. It's probably, I don't know, 10 years old, and it's just been covered in shade there. So we've got that. So that's going to reshoot from there. You just cut that off low, down low, really low. Fertilise it, that'll reshoot. Cut this one, I'd cut that one there. Plant that. Lay that other piece that we cut off there. Alright? And so out of that plant you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And it won't look back from that. So that's all we've got time for today. Oh, there's a nice Anthurium there. Thunderbird Luxury. We've got them coming on next month. But, so anyway, if you check out our website, you'll see some of these. Every 3 weeks we have new plants coming on, and usually a new Anthurium or two, and there's some of the old ones that we did. So thanks for watching. If you like this, like and or share with your friends, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for coming. Bye.